Welcome to this episode of the Multifamily Mindset Growthcast, another extended cut here out in the Maui office with Tyler and actually one of his long friends, David. David, what's up, man?
Hey, I wouldn't consider him a friend.
Come on, acquaintance.
No, he's a friend.
No. So David's actually in town, wanted to swing by and see Tyler, so we're like, we might as well make something of it and throw a podcast.
We just straight up blindsided him, dude. We're about to record a podcast. Said he's going to be here in 10 minutes, so I was like, pause, dude. We're going to make this mother F be on the podcast.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he is, and here's why David's going to be on the podcast. You know what? This is going to be on YouTube too, right?
It will be on YouTube, yeah.
Okay, well, those of you viewing via YouTube, I mean, you can tell why David's on the podcast. He's an attractive son of a bitch, you know? He just is.
What camera's recording? I need to know which one to flex in.
We got multiple camera angles and lighting, dude. Shadows are your friends here, bro. So we're going to have him on. He's going to spit a lot of wisdom on... What do you spit wisdom on, David? Do you have any of that?
Mostly religious topics, but I can talk about social media, I guess.
All right, I love it, dude. Social media and religion, that's pretty much... That's Jackson doesn't know anything about.
I don't know anything about either of those things, so I'll be learning a lot.
All right,
Teachers become the students.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Moderator, take us away.
No, so David, give us a little background about what you do. Okay. You've got quite an Instagram following, and you kind of explained it when you walked in here. Well, like how businesses reach out to you guys to do ads. Kind of explain that and how you got started doing that.
Yeah, so I ran into a bunch of, I guess, the term now is content creators, right? Social media is kind of deemed people like that. We all kind of came together, just dumb luck, I guess. People trying to create, and we kind of ran into each other, connected over social media. We started to do, Hawaii's all about humor. They're all about comedy. So we just started putting together funny pieces. And the more we did it, obviously, like anything, you develop more traction. And so as we did that, people started reaching out to us. There's clothing lines, other companies, fitness. We've done hotels. We've done like everything.
Very
and
cool.
It's actually, I don't think any of us expected it, but it's been a really good experience. So companies pretty much hit us up and tell us to do something funny, put their name on it, and highlight some of the good about their company just for pretty much commercial purposes on the social media side.
Dude, even that alone is growth mindset right there.
Oh, dude, totally.
Because like when you started, were you just starting just like having fun, or how did it work?
Yeah, I think so that's the nice thing is everyone in this little clique that we have, or group, we all started for different reasons. I did it because of fitness. I really liked working out, and I would post fitness stuff, videos, pictures, and other guys.
I know that, by the way. I had to tell Brittany she couldn't follow you.
And some other guys did comedy. That's kind of their thing. Some people, they're really about photography, video editing, and so all these like-minded people that just wanted to grow and create came together, and we kind of have this little machine now.
Yeah.
So very cool. Yeah.
Dude, that's sweet, man.
What does goal setting look like for you guys? What is that?
No, I'm interested in this.
Yeah. How do you guys grow? How does that look like for you guys?
It's a little. I can only speak for myself.
Yeah.
For me, it's actually financial. So being able to do enough work that I can slowly pull myself out of a 9-to-5 or a normal job that people have. That's kind of my goal, is how much marketing can I do for others to the point where I'm making a living off of that. Yeah. And so as far as actual creation side, I mean, we're always trying to put out something new, at least one video a week.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the goal as far as creation-wise. But to me, the end goal is, I love doing it.
Yeah.
So if I can do that full-time instead of work part-time, do that part-time, much easier to just create.
Dude, you can tell that you like doing it. Like that's probably why it's taken off for y'all, because all you have to do is watch one of y'all's videos, and like you can tell like y'all are having a damn good time every time.
Yeah. Oh, we love
awesome.
it.
Dude, and that's an important principle for anything anybody does, dude. Like, you create better content, whether it's social media, whether it's apartment deals, whether it's putting together mindset training, dude. You always create better content when you're happy and excited and enjoying what you're doing.
It's interesting. I had that conversation with Alec yesterday. Alex, one of our guys here in the Maui office, and he had this like look on his face, just business. He was like doing work. You know, and I looked at him and I was like, hey, bro, nobody ever said work can't be or shouldn't be as fun as it possibly can be. And I remember that being a lesson it's funny because we all served collectively a mission, not together, but like we all served in different areas of the world. And we have this like common theme amongst all of us. But that was one powerful thing that a guy by the name of Steve Pulver shared with me long ago in this crazy town of Belo Horizonte, Brazil. He looked at me first day I was out there. He goes, hey, dude, it was like the longest, hardest working day I'd ever had in my whole life, but I had the most fun. Yeah. And he looked at me and said, dude, nobody said hard work can't be fun. And I've carried that with me forever. And I think we're all better for it when we approach our days that way, no doubt.
Dude, that's what I loved about serving with Tui, because he came in to Barrie, Ontario. Shout out to Barrie.
No one knows about that.
Shout out Canada.
Windsor Lake? Or is it just called Barrie? What's the lake right there?
Kempenfeld? What is that? Isn't that it has a way different name? It's not the city itself.
But shout out to Barrie,
yeah.
Ontario.
I'm gonna find out while you're storytelling. I'm gonna find out.
David flies in. It's like, this is a service mission, right? So we all did a service mission for our church, and David flies in. Man, he's a 19-year-old kid, skinny. In fact, remember the first time we went to the gym?
I don't.
Will you tell everybody when we went to the gym and we did a fitness competition? Will you just let everybody know who ended up on top on that?
I don't recall. It was a long time ago.
Well, we do know you recall because earlier we asked you about every stat, the name in Barrie, the name of the everything.
It is Kempenfeld Bay, by the way.
I think it was 0.01%.
But I don't remember that at the gym.
Come on! But you know what? Now today, if we were to go to the gym, I could still outbench you. You want to know why? Because I can get in your mind, Tui. Okay. No, he comes out to what I love serving. Like being with him and serving. Doing that work together is, dude, it's just fun, man. It was fun. There was never this time where it was a challenge to go get work done because we were just out having a good time.
Yep.
You agree with that?
I agree 100%.
It's fun. Like, dude, most of the time we'd go and work with youth. And I can't remember what that place is called, but
it was the YMCA.
No. That's where we go work out. No. That's where we go work out.
It's not hard to remember. It's the YMCA.
No, it's not. That's where we go work out.
If you would have gave me one guess, that's what I would have guessed.
I'm just kidding. You're right.
I was basketball and foosball.
It was
right?
some youth. Yeah, some youth center.
Such a.
Yeah.
No, dude, but that's an important principle. It's something you talk about a ton, is building relationships in whatever you're doing, dude. And it's almost more of building that relationship so that you're enjoying work more than it is anything. Dude, people want to do work with the people they like.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say.
Love.
Because I'm actually glad you took us down that route, because that's one thing that I noticed immediately when you got out there is you are so good at building relationships with everyone, dude.
Thank you.
So what's your how do you go about doing that?
I think I'm just more empathetic than you, perhaps, and I really care about people. And
100% true.
No, honestly, I'm not really sure. It is a skill that I've observed that I have, and a lot of people have commented on that. I know I'm friendly, but I'm not sure. People always tell me they feel attracted to me when I talk to them.
Okay.
And I know it's not physical, all right? Before we go that route.
People always tell me they're attracted to me.
There's something, I don't know. It must be the Polynesian side of me. We're all kind of
I can tell from the
open.
second you walked in the door, though, man. Like super positive.
You were attracted to me?
Totally.
The minute you walked in the door.
I can tell I was attracted to you the second you walked. The second you showed me your Instagram page, I was like, wow, who is this? But positive. We talk about positivity, love, and service all the time.
That's our company
and
motto.
The first words out of your mouth when you were talking about content creation and the team that you guys have cultivated was, what can I do to bring more traffic to these people's lives and ultimately help me with my end goal? But your end goal revolves around providing other people
Value.
Laughs,
with value,
enjoyment.
laughs.
Yeah.
Man, and that's so powerful.
I want to comment on that actually, because that's one thing that is motivating for me and my friends that are in our little content creation group is we never expected it to truly brighten people's day. Yeah. We're all naturally goofy idiots, so we figure let's do what we do best, right? So we recorded ourselves being goofy idiots. Well, we get DMs, direct messages, right? Instant messages, text messages. I run into people at the gym. In fact, yesterday, in the locker room, UFC, a guy tells me, he's like, "You're the guy from Instagram, right?" I go, yeah, I mean, I'd like to be known for something else besides that, but yeah. He goes, you guys always brighten my day. Every time I come across one of your videos, it always makes me smile and it like changes my whole mood. And to me, they're just goofy videos. But to other people, it means something. And especially during 2020, people loved it. And we had people message us telling about how depression was something that was in their life, and the videos would honestly change the way they felt from day to day. Yeah. And so it's really cool to see something that you're good at, passionate about, and really enjoy doing. It's gonna touch someone in some way.
Okay,
dude, it wraps in perfect to what happened to you this morning.
It does, but it really does. But I'm gonna even go at a deeper level, dude. It is, you are yourself, man. And whenever you are being yourself and you're using your strength, whatever that is, so many times we struggle to find it, but once we find it, like I believe like life's meaning is to find what you're good at, find what your purpose is, and then freaking share it, you know? And when you share it and you are you're gonna impact people's lives. Like you're not out there to attract and be, you know, entertaining to, not every single person out there is gonna find you entertaining or funny. It's just not reality. Right. But you're not focusing on those people. You're focusing on you knowing that it's going to impact other people. And I can relate to that so much, man, in the multifamily space and the speaking space, because I felt like, first off, when I learned about multifamily investing, I knew that was like that was the vehicle to get me to my goal. Just like you talked about, like getting out of a 9-to-5 and doing your own thing. Multifamily, I knew, dude, that was the vehicle for me. But then I also, like, as I started to speak and teach, I knew that's my passion. That's what I love. And it's impacting people. But it impacts people because it's my passion, you know? People feel that, you know?
Yeah. Tyler's always been good at teaching and speaking to people. No joke. When we were on this mission, I remember the first couple of lessons we were teaching, and I just sat there and stared at him. I was like, how's he doing this? He would use his hands right, his voice intonation. Yeah. He would like analogies, stories from his past growing. I was like, man, this guy like puts it all together, man. So that was one thing I always respect about Tyler, is he's great at communicating with people.
Thanks,
and explaining things in a very simple way. And so as you were talking, I was like, yep, you were made to do motivational speaking, to teach people, to...
Thanks, bro. I appreciate
it.
It's interesting,
man. It's interesting he'd say that, because I told him the same thing. Dude.
Really?
Like I grew up in the same neighborhood, so he came home and it sparked a flame in me to just see how he was utilizing his gift, you know? Mm-hmm. And we talk about gifts, and we talked about this on the hike yesterday.
Yeah.
About the ultimate goal is to figure out what your gift is, and then magnify that gift, and then all your other goals that you create in life should revolve around magnifying that gift and sharing it with people. I have a question to ask you though. We talked about gift and making people laugh and like all these things. Before you built this platform and like created this team, what were you doing on a day-to-day basis to like feed that creative outlet? And if you weren't doing anything, what did that do to like freedom and liberty in your own life as far as like living freely?
So I wasn't.
I know it's a super deep question.
Man, hold on, where do I start? I actually wasn't doing. Yeah, I wasn't doing a lot to feed that creativity. I was working like everyone else, and I had a dream, and I wanted to be something other than what I was doing, like all of us. And it wasn't until I had certain people come into my lives, girls I've dated or friends from different areas that were doing bits and pieces of what I wanted, and I would just learn. I was like, okay. Like one of the girls I was dating, she was really good at the social media thing. She was really good at posting. She was really good at just staying engaged and active. And I'm posting once every 2 weeks at the time, maybe. And I was like, man, I need to keep up with it like her. And other guys that would do stuff like that as well. And so really, I was like everyone else. And all that happened was I was around the right people that I was able to observe. They didn't personally teach me, but I observe people a great deal, and I try to just pull whatever I can, and that's exactly what happened. Was I just, okay, I need to silently like learn and take this skill from this person, same thing there, and then you just kind of throw it into your life until the point where all of a sudden my Instagram's growing. I'm making my first time I ever did a paid thing. It was like $50 to post something, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome.
I made it.
And now, and now there's certain posts where I'm getting over $1,000 to do, and it's just like mind blowing. I mean, most of them aren't 1,000, but some have been. But it's mind blowing to me that it was all because I just observed from different people and said, okay, how can I implement this into my own life?
Yeah.
That's such a valuable lesson, dude.
So powerful,
valuable,
man. Like, I believe if we're going to try to take things to the next level, there's a couple things with that. Number one, we have to like remove this negative self-talk and like saying stupid shit out loud and doubting ourselves. We were talking about this earlier, doubting and that kind of stuff. We have to remove that kind of stuff out, right? We have to. The other side of that is exactly what you just said, which is find somebody who's doing what you're looking to do. Find somebody who is that has something that you don't have but you want, right? And you know that that's going to get you there. And then become that person, man. Even if you don't have anybody who has those things, then you envision what does that person look like? What would they do? How would they react? And they start doing those things, you know. And you didn't just learn about it. You then actually had to start doing it. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't happen overnight, dude. So now you're posting more. You're taking the time to post. Did your following just grow overnight?
It didn't. It was slow. It was, in fact, it was super slow, and it didn't start spiking until my shirt came off, to be honest.
Shit. I need to start doing that, man.
No, hold on. Tyler, you do that enough. I mean, okay. You do that enough, bro.
No, truthfully, I mean, the shirt off does help, but what the nice thing is, a lot of it is just consistency, right? That's the key to life, consistency, doing it day in, day out, and eventually, every once in a while, something hits and someone likes something. I could post the same type of video over and over, and it may just get whatever, minor growth. And then one video, which usually it's the one you don't think really hits, right? So you're like, this is like, it's good enough. It's a good enough filler video until I put out a good video next week.
Yeah.
And people just share it and they repost. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so funny. And you're thinking, man, this was like C work. You know, this wasn't even my A work. Next week's my A work. And it really is. It's the consistency of just putting stuff out and allowing people, they decide whether, hey, this is good, I want to share. Yeah. It's not you, and clearly I'm not a good judge of what actually goes viral or what doesn't or what people like, because most stuff I think is really good doesn't get as good engagement as the stuff that I think is
Sure.
So,
it goes right along with that principle, though, of the relentless forward progress, dude. Like, even if you think it's not the best material, you know you have to put something out, so you just keep going.
Yep.
You just keep going. Yeah.
That's what creators create, and you put it out there.
Mm-hmm. So many lessons to be learned. What else? I want you guys to kind of go back and forth and chat.
Yeah, I got a question.
This is almost like
I know we're like running close on time. We
Yeah.
typically go like half hour is what we're shooting
All
for,
right.
but we'll just let this run for a minute. You were talking about feedback and people decide. People decide what's good. People decide what's bad. And usually the things that you think are good don't gain the traction that you thought they should have.
Right.
Like how would you teach somebody, or what would you share with somebody who maybe struggles with that feedback of putting value on like who they are as a person depending on what that feedback is or isn't? Great question.
That is a good question. So you see this all over social media. You can't let people's criticism affect you, and it's true. I have a mother that hates my shirtless pictures. Yeah, I keep doing it because. No, I'm just kidding. That's a bad example. I should. No, people do. Sometimes they have negative things to say, or like, oh, it's not that funny, or whatever. But you know what? Every time I've looked at a situation where someone says something negative, there's always way more people that are cheering for you than those that are hating. And I think generally for everyone, that's going to be the case. And so that's what you got to pay attention to is, look, you have way more people in your corner than you think you do. But yeah, the negative ones sting way more. It outweighs emotionally all the people like, yeah, this is awesome. That one comment can really like ruin your day. And so that's the one thing you always got to keep yourself in check is realize you got one guy that's an idiot, and then you got 30 people that love it. So just keep going. Don't let it deter you.
That's so awesome. We talk all the time about the principle is that we teach our students is you give power to what you focus on. And that is it, like to the maximum capacity possible when it comes to feedback and the social world we live in now with creation and creativity. And I think that's a hurdle that a lot of creative people, I mean, that's our goal every day, is to be as creative as we possibly can. And as a creator, that's an obstacle we have to plow through often, is like not giving power to that garbage, that white noise.
Are we bringing up the same thing?
Yeah, I think so.
How difficult has marketing and ads been for you, dude?
I've never needed mindset more in my life, dude. It's been, dude, you don't probably know too much about this, but like we blast wherever we're going to, right? There's tons of, ads that we run to bring people to these events, right? So they can know about the event, bring awareness to the event. And dude, when we first started running those, that was so different for me. Like you look at my Instagram and it's more family stuff, I don't talk too much about business, but all of a sudden I'm running all these campaigns that are on the paid side, and dude, they're getting viewed by hundreds of thousands of people, and dude, people were being freaking dicks, dude.
Rude.
I mean, just like I would open up my notifications and I'd be like,
how dare they? How dare they?
Me. Dude, I'm saying, dude, I'm serious, dude. In the beginning,
make like the toughest of people like.
Yeah.
I haven't shared this too much except with internally, but dude, it impacted me, man. It impacted me. But Brittany sees, like literally physically sees that it's having a toll on me, man. I'm so excited, dude, to start, the multifamily mindset, and so excited to share what I've learned and just like give back, and like I'm seriously so pumped about it. And then people just saying but dude, Brittany's like, Tyler, who cares? These are people who aren't even in the arena. Like, listen, if they're in the arena, they're in the game, and they're giving you some feedback, let's take some note. But these motherfuckers aren't even in the arena.
And those are usually the ones
Those
that
are the
making
ones,
the,
dude.
the ones that have nothing in your wheelhouse.
Yep.
They don't create the content, but yet they tell me how I should create the content.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. That's just what they're there to do, know. And then if you change your perspective, right? Like you just talked about, which is, it's easy to say, but it is harder to do because of what you said too. Which those mean ones, they mentally do. They sting, man. They sting.
And go ahead.
No, you're
I'm
good.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was gonna make a quick plug for everyone listening. Be nice on social media.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Because I've been lucky that I've never had really, really rude things, but I've read comments on other people's pages, and I'm like, this is cyberbullying, straight up,
dude, yeah.
And they don't realize it.
Yeah.
They're just like, this sucks or this, but it's because they've never had someone say that to them on their post that they are pouring their heart out to, and then you get that, it hurts, and a lot of people are really affected by that. And so be nice.
Shout
in your
out to niceness.
Dude, totally.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it does. It's a form of cyberbullying, and I know a lot of people in that content creation or just social media industry where it's taken them down some dark paths, and it's really sad. And it's from people that I'm sure are nice people, but they just say some negative things on social media, and
a lot of times I don't even think they realize that that's an actual person on the other side that's receiving that feedback. I think that
we're desensitized to like these are actual people.
Yeah.
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 I think that's really, really valuable and important.